And President Obama told the United Nations Tuesday that the U.S. will do whatever it can to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad is giving his last speech to the UN General Assembly today. His presidential term ends next year. In an interview, we asked him about today's speech and some of the inflammatory language he's used leading up to it. Israel believes, because of the things that you have said about them, that you want to destroy them, that if you have nuclear weapons, they believe that you might either use them or they will fall into the hands of someone else. That's a fear they have because of the rhetoric and the tone of your comments about them.
Anyone decide about others' fates just based on their own opinion? There has been even stronger language traded between the United States and Iran. The Americans have repeatedly said that the Iranian government must change, and the Iranians
change its behavior.
Sure, but after all, what does that mean? Can one country, based on just their own sole opinion, decide and establish a red line for another country and then threaten attacks? When have we threatened to attack the Zionists? We have never threatened them.
You have said you want to drive them from the face of the earth.
Yes. And let me explain. I have explained several times, but let me explain. We say that occupations should be done away with. Warlike behavior should be done away with. Terrorism should be done away with. The killing of women and children should be done away with. The bombardment of houses on top of people's heads in their own countries must be done away with. Has the Zionist regime done anything other than this during the last 65 years? No, they haven't. Well, we say to do away with these things, and we have also suggested the solution. We have said that the solution is that the Palestinian people should decide in a free election for their own country, for their own land.
The last time I had a conversation with you here a year ago, after the conversation in which you talked in a reasonable way, in part, about things and expressed your concerns about America and about Israel, you then went to the United Nations and made a highly inflammatory speech. Will you do that again?
Who was it? Who did I inflame? Is it not a forum for everyone to speak freely, to speak sincerely? Every year, the United States of America's president comes there and speaks ill of Iran, to say the least. And I sit there and we listen. Are we outraged? Are we inflamed? I think the United States must increase her level of patience, and others must be granted the due freedom. Many times I sat here in the United Nations and I listened. They're not even willing to sit there under the same roof and listen.
It'll be interesting to see what he says today and then see what Prime Minister Netanyahu says as well.
No doubt there will be some tough rhetoric from both of them.